Okay, I'm live again. Hi guys. I'm not even sure if you guys are going to see this anyway straight away, so I know it's ad hoc, but I thought I'd come online and give my 2 cents on my appearance on the radio show, which was fun, to say the least. Oh my goodness, 10 people. Wasn't expecting that, but it's all good. How you doing, guys? Hello, Mr. Mucky. How are you? Mucky? Have you changed your name? Hello. Hello, Tanya. I thought it was Mr. Mr. Uganda? Nikki Nicole. Hello. How are you? I'm good. Thank you. All is good. Feeling good. Basically, I just wanted to. I'm not sure how many of you guys saw that that radio show. Hello, guys. Hello. Oh, bro, you sounded extremely foolish today. Hello, Jahi Issa, whatever. So, yeah, I just wanted to speak a little bit about my appearance on the Exodus show, and it was interesting. The live chat was too. I know. To be honest with you, I don't pay attention. Listen, I kind of knew that it was going to be a shouting match, and I didn't really want it to turn that way. I thought they were going to be civil, and but eventually she had to shout over me. I mean, at the end of the day, everything is pointing at them, and they had to do something. The fact that they actually invited me on was an act of desperation. These guys have been discredited, and I don't think His Royal Highness, His Excellency, the King, whatever his name is, RJ. We're going to call him RJ from now on. Yeah, I don't think RJ could even counteract me. I think the reason why he didn't speak or say anything to me was because I think he's too afraid of putting his foot in it. So he got this attorney who, well, she's not an attorney anymore, is she? Yeah, you could see that they're desperate. They're desperate, which is a shame, really. You know, over the past few weeks, I've been trying to sort of turn over a new leaf, and people have been dragging me back into this Gambia saga. So about 2 weeks ago, hello, is there anything that can be done just to let it go? Well, that's the problem now. Now that the Exodus Alliance has been involved, or are involved, there's no letting it go. And this is what I'm saying. For the last 2 weeks, I've just been just trying to calm things down. Hey, okay, here we go. We're going to, we're looking at the end here. But as soon as I found out that the Exodus Alliance knows Crazy Boyd, I was like, well, what's the point? Why are we even doing this for? It's clear to me what the results were going to be. And this press release that they did a couple of days ago, it's clear that what these guys were trying to do was try to lower us into this sense of believing that Crazy Boyd and Art Cathy are innocent. It was going to be difficult for the public to take these people seriously if they just came out with an audit saying, "Oh yeah, okay, nothing's wrong here, nothing to see here. Let's move on." Of course, they couldn't just do that, so they were just trying to let us in, real nice, real slowly. Yeah, everybody, exactly. $1,000 for what? That's a good question. just for the research that you could do yourself online. Do not give this, I'm telling you now, do not give these people any of your money. Get online, go to Africa, spend $1,000 and buy a round trip ticket to Africa, spend another $500, stay somewhere, just chill with them, backpack it, relax, enjoy your time there, enjoy the experience and forge relationships yourself, proper relationships. Don't get involved with these people. Why would you need to do that for? Why would you need to give $1,000 to somebody who's just going to be sending you information that you can find on the internet? Why? Why? MI5, no, MI6. That's what I'm, exactly. That's what I think, that's what everybody should be doing. That's what these guys did. It's not like these people have been, that were born in Africa and raised there. They've only been there a few years. Okay? And they managed to build themselves into a situation where they can call themselves king and ambassador and stuff. So, and you know, if anyone can do that, but obviously if you're conceited, you will do that. But if you have a bit of thank you, Tobo Lamarca. Thank you. By the way, let's have a look. By the way, Tobo, that statue that you have in your picture, is in Geneva, I believe. Right now it's in Geneva. I'm going to go down and see it. It's a beautiful statue, by the way. You should take that back. I think it's from I'm not Benin. It's from Benin. Beautiful statues. Can't remember what I was saying. Where was I? Somebody remind me where I was. Basically, you can tell that these guys were just doing damage control, right? These people have, especially this RJ, he has an ego the size of a bloody house. I went on his Instagram and he's just got pictures of himself doing selfies, wearing his sunglasses. Come on. Which serious leader of an organization takes selfies next to Range Rovers and stuff? Come on now. Wow. Bless you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. I could say I wasn't expecting this, but bless you. Yeah. So, what kind of person does this kind of thing? What kind of person has this ego? I'm not sure if you was listening to the radio station before I came on, but literally for half an hour straight, this RJ started talking about himself and his achievements. Half an hour, I'm sitting there like, I'm waiting in the back room on this live session studio, and I'm like, oh my gosh, where we go? Just talking about himself. Talking about himself. I'm like, come on. You know, do you know what? Listen, I don't want to put him down. And in fact, kind of sick. I told a few of my friends that I'm sick of going after other black people. I'm sick of going after other black people that look like us. I don't want to do this. I know who my enemies are, and they don't look like us. The real enemies, oh, okay, some of them do look like us. Okay, so, granted, some of them, but most of our enemies do not look like us. The real enemies, the real people that really want to see us fail, don't look like us. You know what they look like. And I'm sort of like, I've got these ADOS people here, and I've got these people over there, over in the Gambia. And I'm like, come on, guys, let me try and, you know, let me go after the white supremacists. Let me go after these neo-Nazis. Let me go after them, man. Sick of you guys. What are you trying to do? You're just trying to sit there, line up your pockets, take a few Instagram photographs, try to look cool. Give me a break. You're not warriors. You're not warriors. is a private membership-based group. It's no different than what Quake. Yeah, of course. Of course. And this is, I didn't, the thing is, I would have loved to have put all these questions and comments to them, but I kind of knew that they weren't going to do that kind of thing. All they were trying to do was muddy the waters, talk over me, do everything they could to try and distract people, when I was talking, because they didn't want people to hear what I had to say. They did not want that. They were like, whoa, 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 whoa. So they were shouting over me and talking about my YouTube channel and about the picture that I had off. I'm going to take another picture, by the way. I'm going to take it off the internet. I'm going to use it on my thumbnail tomorrow. I told them, I said, sue me. Go ahead. Knock yourself out. It's not, you may have suing culture over there in the States, but yeah, it's not an easy process where I live. I know. I know. Yeah. Actually, I sent them an email telling them my name. I said, listen, name's James. You can call. I said, you can call me James. They were like, oh, okay, right, Mr. Negropean. I'm like, Mr. Negropean. I said, oh, you said your name was James. I said, no, you can call me James. I never said my name was James. Yeah. My name actually is James, by the way, guys. My name's James. So, there you go. Oh, really? I'm changing it. I'm going to change it. I'm not going to keep it. I know. Yeah, my mother was probably thinking of that. Yeah, I'm going to change that name. So I'm going to change it into... let's have a look. I'm going to try and get through your comments. I'm going to change it into a nice African name. My Swahili is... Oh, sorry, this is Muki. That's not for me. Why am I going to change my name? Because I don't want to... My name is very British. I don't want a name which is associated to my oppressors. Oh, I'm going to get rid of that. No way. No, I'm going to get rid of it. I don't want my name. I don't want my kids growing up. I want to change the legacy. I want to James Mabutu. Yeah, that would be cool. No, I'm going to change it all. My last name, I'm not going to tell you what my last name is. I'm going to keep it a secret. But my last name is quite synonymous with Jamaica and with the colonizers in Jamaica because it is Gaelic. It's a Gaelic last name. Do I look Gaelic? Do I look like I'm from Scotland or from Wales? Nah, I'm getting rid of that. As soon as I have the right time. As soon as the right time comes, I'm going to do it. I think so, Tanya. We can agree once and for all to not send money to anybody in a foreign country. Now, you have some people that obviously give donations, that sort of a thing. Like you have the jigger doctor, Jim Nerucci, or I forgot his last name. He's the jigger doctor. He's the one that he does the cleaning of hands and feet. Your last name is Scottish too. I know. It's not good. We're not Scottish. We're of African origin, so why do we have all these names for? It's crazy. Why do we all have Gaelic last names? McQueen. Wow. Let's have a look. You're looking out for these people, yet they don't want to see it. Yeah. Really. Yeah. I know there are going to be people who are going to believe in their organisation. And the thing is, their organisation is pretty watertight. It's they haven't the Exodus Alliance. They do take people's money, but at least they're doing something with it. You know, at least they're not just completely lining their own pockets. Of course, they are making a living off it, right? But they are obviously making some sort of an impact in the Senegambia region. You know, it's that question, capitalism, you know, and a lot of the Americans who have been brought up in this thoroughly capitalistic system, they just don't have this will to do things. Not all of them, by the way, because I know two guys who are American who are just over in Ghana at this present moment. I've never met guys like this before. Really, they are fully committed to bringing jobs and everything else back to Ghana in defunct industries that should be alive, but because of trade restrictions, a lot of those industries are dead. Like the tomato industry and stuff like that. These guys are just brilliant. I'm going to try and find you their contact details, because I haven't met guys like this before. It just goes to show that there is some brilliance coming out of the United States, and really Africa needs to take a hold of these brilliant African Americans and try and just make sure that they don't go back to the States. Phoenix and Shantae, because they've delayed taking action against this guy. Yeah, Tanya. Yeah, that is kind of true. But I think with Phoenix, she's in a situation where Phoenix is in a situation where she may not be able to just leave it. They're kind of trying to wrap her up into it at this moment. USA, are you sure? Yeah, absolutely sure. Trust me. Yeah, there is some really, really good people coming out of the United States. It's just that, listen to me, guys, I'm going to, hands up, right? The YouTube algorithms is a MF. It really is. It doesn't care about positivity. It cares about negativity. It loves negativity. Right? It's not the reason why I've been posting purposefully. No. I haven't been doing it on purpose, but I've noticed that when I've tried to tell people different information and everything else, the algorithms don't play with me. They don't really care. They don't really want to mess around. You know whose platform this belongs to, right? You know whose platform this belongs to. It belongs to a bunch of rich European Americans who are living their life off Riley over there in California. They don't care about us. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about Africa. They care about the stock price of Google. Yeah, unfortunately. That is where we are at. That is where we are at. I'm not sure who gave me that money. Did someone give me money? Okay. Yeah, so that is where we are at this present moment. Exactly. They have to. They have to keep Africa where it is. If they don't, the whole system fails. God, close. The whole system comes down. They have to do everything in their power to make sure that Africa stays where it is. And this is why I'm just hoping the diasporans who are going back, they can make the difference, that they can change things in maybe a generation or two, that we can have some impetus into bringing up our children to make sure that they focus on the people and not purely on their own self-preservation. Do you know what bothers me? I was watching a documentary the other day, and the president of, oh my gosh, I think it's of Sierra Leone, or Equatorial Guinea. The president of Equatorial Guinea, he has 3 Bugattis. Yeah, of course, the money is supposed to be used to spend to build the roads, to build the infrastructure, to build power lines so the people can see and work for longer. But no, he wants Bugattis. He bought the new Chiron, so that was $3 million for a car. Bought a huge house. I mean, a lot of people don't like talking about Africa having all this wealth, but you have these people in charge who are purely concerned about making sure that their children go to a school. Right down the road from here, there is a school in Schaffhausen filled with Nigerian super rich boys whose parents are politicians, and they make sure they send their kids to these schools in Switzerland so they can grow up to be politicians as well. It is terrible. It is terrible what's happening, the way they are spending the money of the people, the public money, in making sure they line their own pockets. Why are the Nigerian politicians, why are they the wealthiest politicians on the planet? What have they done to deserve having the highest salary of any politician on the planet, in the world? Nigeria. You can look that up yourself. Yeah, sure. The country's doing extremely well in comparison to other African countries, but they could do so much better. Right now, they're on track to be the 10th largest economy on the planet by 2100. But they could be doing so much better than that. They could do so much better. Yeah, there are crooks all over the world. I hope our brothers and sisters start relocating and stop the abuse from... Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. Lebanese and whites exploiting all our resources, yeah. And exploring. The richest continent is Africa. We got everything. But yeah, that's crazy. It should not be this way. It shouldn't be this way. Really. And they're taking advantage simply because they can. Why not? You know, they are protected there. They live a life of exclusivity in whatever African country they go to. Isn't Nigeria a corporation? That is how the politicians and upper people are manipulating the money. Okay, so let me tell you a little something about Nigeria. This is one of the reasons why I love Nigeria, okay? So, back in the day, during the apartheid regime in South Africa, right, they had a lot of restrictions. Of course, all African countries, except one or two, basically isolated them and said, we don't want to talk to them, we don't want to do anything with South Africa. When the two oil company giants, Shell Oil, the Royal Dutch Shell, and British Petroleum, BP, they went exploring for oil in Nigeria and they found lots of oil in Nigeria. Okay? The Nigerians handed them over licenses to exploit the oil and take the oil out and extract the oil. The British and the Dutch, they built refineries, ports, everything else to make sure they could take this oil out of the Nigerian land. So the Nigerians said, it's not a problem. We like this. We're going to make our country rich and we're going to do everything we want to do, you know, build our infrastructure, build our roads. We can do this. This is great. You can take out this oil with only one rule, okay? And that one rule that the Nigerians imposed on BP and Shell Oil, Royal Dutch Shell, was that they did not sell the oil to the South African apartheid regime. They said, don't sell it to them. but you can sell it to anybody else. Not a problem. So, after that happened, guess what Shell and BP did? Well, of course, they tried to send the oil to South Africa. They did this. They did this for quite a while. They were sending oil to South Africa. It's a good story. So they tried sending oil to South Africa. I'm not sure which year this is. I'm going to have to look it up. So they were sending oil to South Africa behind the backs of the Nigerian government. The Nigerian secret services found out what they were doing. So what did the Nigerians did? They immediately nationalized every single asset that was owned by the British and by the Dutch. They just nationalized all of it. Took everything. The oil refinery, the oil wells, everything. And they said, "That right, that's ours." And told them to have it up. Now, fast forward now, 50 years later, I think after that happened. I think it happened in the 60s or the 70s, I can't remember. Here we have people talking about xenophobia in South Africa, the Nigerians getting beaten up and everything else. Forgetting what happened. Nigerians were one of the fiercest opponents of apartheid. You couldn't. They didn't want anything to do with it. But yeah. They brought them back. Of course, they brought them back. I think this was during the time in which Nigeria was still being ran by the Nigerian army, right? It wasn't a democracy at the time. Give me one moment, guys. My battery's about to die. Sound might change. So yeah, this was a different time, but this is just one story that when I heard about it, I thought, oh my God, why didn't I hear about this? You know, I'm 40 odd years old and I'm only just hearing that about all the things these other African countries, because the other African countries during the apartheid regime, they weren't just chilling there saying, oh well, not our problem. Boy, they really made life hard for South Africa. I think everybody knows that the South African apartheid regime used a special type of jet called a Boeing 747 SP. And they used these jets specifically for one reason, for all travel. Why? Because South Africa couldn't fly over any African country. If you fly to South Africa now, it will, from London, it will fly over France and then it will go straight down into South Africa, right? During the apartheid regime, they couldn't do this because no African country would allow a South African airliner into their airspace. So they needed to send these big airliners filled with fuel because no one would allow them to fly over their airspace. These are just a few of the things that they really had them on. A lot of people talk about how the apartheid regime fell. It was the British. The British were there, and they mediated between the ANC, is it? The ANC and the apartheid regime, and Botha. Yeah, it's not even a tenth of the story. Okay, what about the Namibian army? What about is it Angola? Yeah, Angola as well. They were ready to pounce on South Africa. It would have been a bloodbath. Think about it. They were already isolated. South Africa was isolated at that time. They were outnumbered, outgunned. It would have been a bloodbath. They were begging to be saved. We Africans, we saved South Africa. People try to muddy the waters, especially Hollywood. Oh yeah, no, that's not the way it happened. You see, we kind of, us Europeans, we gave it back because we saw that what we were doing was wrong. No, it wasn't. You had to save the lives of the men, women, and children who were in that country, because you know how savage these African armies can be. And if they would have gone through, Pretoria, they would have gone through Joburg, and it would have been hell on earth for the blanks, the Europeans. It would have been a bloodbath. It would have been a slaughter. So they saved themselves. That's why the apartheid regime fell. They had to save themselves. So, yes, we should have solidarity with Iran and Venezuela, but not too much. You know, I know these countries. I've been to Iran. Iran is an incredible country, by the way, guys. It's unbelievable. BP is sucking all of their oil. Yeah, but they are paying for it. You got to remember, BP aren't just going into Angola and taking their oil. No, well, that's ours, that is. No. BP are going into Angola and they are paying billions and billions of dollars in licenses to take the oil. So where's the money going? Well, I'll give you a guess. The richest woman in Africa is from Angola, isn't she? Yeah, I think she's from Angola. She's a Portuguese Angolan lady trying to pass herself off as kind of mixed race, but she's not. A lot of Portuguese are mixed race, especially of Brazilian descent. Yeah, and her husband just died last week, I think. She's worth like $12 billion. Yeah, definitely with Cuba and Afro-Cuban and Afro-Brazilian as well. Afro-Brazil, northern Brazil, that's going to be the major hotspot for many African diasporans coming in from the United States, coming in from Europe. If they want to experience South America, northern Brazil, where all the black people are, wow. In February, man, you have no idea. That's the place to be. Oh, you're half Portuguese? Cool. Have you ever been to Portugal, Alicia? Aliko yeah. Is he a communications CEO? Aliko Dagnote. Yeah. That was why South Africa quickly developed nuclear weapons that was aimed specifically at black Africans. Yeah, they probably did that. It doesn't surprise me that they did that. They developed it alongside the Israelis, I believe. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you guys, you can look this up for yourself. It's there to be seen. Changed my name to my father's to erase the past. Is your... Oh, really? To my father. Is your father's name Portuguese, or is it... Oh, your mother is Portuguese, perhaps. I don't know. Cubans have been rock stars. Isabel dos Santos, yeah. Her husband died in some freak accident or something. Just goes to show, you can be worth billions and billions of dollars, but when it's your time, it's your time. Death does not see money. It doesn't care about what's in your bank account. It doesn't care what car you're driving. Just come and snatch you. Yes, but she's been under investigation for years, and so has her father. All they have to do is pay off the judges. They're never going to get done, which is unfortunate. But I'll give it to them. If you look at, is it Luanda, the Miami of Africa? I mean, that's beautiful. It's a beautiful city, right? So they must have spent some money there. I mean, they did, didn't they? They built all these skyscrapers. Luanda is the most expensive city to live in Africa now. Luanda, Angola. It's beautiful, very beautiful. Looks like Miami, but filled with black people. Or isn't Miami filled with black people? Yeah, but it's a really expensive place to live. Is he Nigerian? Dagnote. Ah. Ah. Yeah. They nationalized everything when Hugo Chavez was gone. The new government couldn't keep up. Ah. Now oil is cheaper. Everything else is expensive now. Venezuela are leaving. Yeah. Yeah, what's happening in Venezuela? I was there, oh my gosh, 8 years ago in Venezuela. I'm telling you this, when I was in Venezuela, it was incredible, right? It was a beautiful place to be. People had dough. Everybody had money. Of course, there were poor people in Venezuela, but when I was there, no one was struggling. Yeah, you had some rich people that were at the top. You got to remember, it's the most oil-rich country in the world. And the oil that they have in Venezuela is something they call Brent crude. This Brent crude is the best oil on the planet. And they have the largest, they can outsell Saudi Arabia 10 times over. No problem. But you got to look at the countries that's next to it. It has America that's really close to it that really wants that oil. America wants that oil so bad. Botswana is doing good economically. Yeah, it is. It's doing really well economically. But Botswana, is it? It's considered a middle income country. That's really good. Yeah. Yeah, I've only been to Miami once, and I was there when I was a kid, so I can't remember it, but I can imagine. The US is behind all that, and yes, yeah, absolutely. Come on, it's just, it's an absolute definite that they are behind it. And yes, I like Hugo. He was real one that the US gave. Yeah. I believe that the US gave Hugo Chavez that cancer as well. Oh, with Kennedy's son, I didn't know that. In June 1977, the most popular contribution to the fund reached 10.5 million. Wow. Bro, why does everyone think you're trying to divide or that? Because, the part of the reason, listen, this is not Wadamaya, okay? When I started this channel, I didn't want a Wadamaya type style channel where everything is nice, where we keep things cool, where we don't ruffle any feathers. No, the whole point of starting this channel was to start getting people and saying, hey, this is happening. And just to say it out to people, why not? That's the reason I started the channel in the first place. It's the reason why I don't have PayPals and stuff in my section, in my comments section. I don't care. I just want people to learn about what's really going on in Africa, what's really going on in the diaspora as well. And I don't have to have that constraint of, oh, well, I don't want to ruffle his feathers because, no, I want to be able to talk about an African president. There you go. And what are you going to do about it? Right? And if I was in that situation, I wouldn't have been able to speak now at this radio station. I wouldn't have been able to have spoken to, Zurich, just outside Zurich, Switzerland, northern Switzerland, Helvetica. I wouldn't have been able to do the things that I'm doing now and just literally hold people to the sword and say, stop doing that, Voda, is it Voda? Voda, yeah. It's Chinese, isn't it? Voda Meyer is Chinese. It's not an African name of his channel. US destroyed Somalia in the 90s. I root for the pirates. Yes. Me too. Me too. Yes, but I believe that Egyptians are behind it. They don't want. Yes, they don't want. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you talking about what's happening in Ethiopia now? I'm making a video about that. The potential civil war that's going to happen. That's very, very true. It's happening at a really strange time because the Egyptians do not want that dam built. And I think it's already under construction. What a perfect way to do it, isn't it? You don't have to send any of your troops into Ethiopia. No, just create a civil war and watch them kill each other. Yeah. Yeah, missile situation in Eritrea. I don't know about that. Helvetia. Yeah. US destroys everything. Are you setting up a business? Am I setting up a business? Yeah, absolutely. I can't talk about it now. I'm setting up a number of businesses, more than one. Okay? So things are going to get really, really busy for me, especially coming up to the new year, because, man, it's a lot of work. It's difficult. It is difficult. But the businesses that I'm setting up will be able to I can just have those businesses sitting there running. I don't have to do much to manage them, right? However, to set it up, it's a big ask, it really is. But I'm just going to put my head down now for the next 6 weeks and really push these projects. There is another project that I'm starting up in Ghana, which is to do with security. You'll hear more about that later on in the future. But you heard it here first. Nobody else knows about that. Well, all you guys know now. Yes, I'm going to write a specific video about what's happening in Ethiopia, because I've actually done quite a lot of digging about what's happening and why it's happening. So it's nice that people have brought that up here. And you know what's nice? It's nice that people are talking about Africa. They're not talking about the diaspora or the funky diasporans that we have going over there at this moment doing dodgy things. It shows us that we care about the Africans. You suggested to go to Portugal to me. Yeah, it's on my list, but I want to go to Cape Verde. Yeah, where my father was brought from. My mother is a sharecropper, roots in Louisiana. Your thoughts on Cape Verde? Cape Verde? I keep calling it Cape Verde. That's what they say in England, but it's Cabo Verde, isn't it? That's how you say it in Portuguese. Yeah, incredible island. It's it's crazy. It's an island of mixed race people, isn't it? Essentially, mixed Portuguese and Africans. So the general population is mostly, mixed race. Mulattoes? Am I saying the wrong thing? I don't know the politically correct word for it now, but yeah, it's just that but it's a beautiful island. I would love to go. It's not far away from Europe as well, and it's in between Europe and Africa, so it's sort of like, but it's far away enough from Europe and Africa to be its sort of own little thing. Biracial, is that the? Yeah, but these guys are not biracial. These guys in Cabo Verde, they're not biracial. They're a mix, but it's many generations of mixing. But you can still see strong, strong DNA from Europeans and Africans, basically just spliced into two, but they're not. It wasn't a black person and a white person that made these people. It was mixed people as well, and then mixed people from before they're mixed. It goes back quite far, much like the South African tribe. What's that South African tribe? The Cape Coloreds. The Cape Coloreds, right? Like that. Yeah, it is. Let's hope we don't bring our toxicity with us to Africa. Yeah, Kenya is an incredible country. Man, I really need to travel down east as well. I think it's really weird. You get a lot of these ADOS guys. They're like, oh yeah, we don't like West Africa. Those people sold us. Who sold you? Who? Kofi? The fishing guy? Who barely has anything to his name? He sold you. His family sold you off. He doesn't have anything. Thank you, Akan Trisman. Bless you, bless you. What's going on? Really, what is going on with these people who believe that the Africans now in Africa were the ones that sold us? It's such a ridiculous... I mean, stay in America. Stay in America. We don't want you to leave America. Stay in America with the oppressors. With the actual guys that took you. Not sold you, the ones that took you. Took you over there and then treated you really, really badly. Treated us really, really badly. Some of these white people need that. Like we said, Africa is not for everybody, is it? And there are people that are going to be coming to Africa who shouldn't be going. And we need to make sure we handle them. The Art Cathys of this world. There isn't just one Art Cathy, even though many people would perhaps even say that, but bloody hell. We need to somehow sort out some form of system where we can really vet the people who are coming over, or give them some sort of period where they can stay, but if they mess around, they can just kick them out. The Baggs family are suspicious. I have so much emails in my inbox from people talking about the Baggs family, and I'm having to sift through them because I want to make a video, but I can't just throw up conjecture and just balderdash, you feel me? It needs to be solid proof and stuff if I'm going to start talking about the Bagg family, because they have a big following, a strong following. So if I'm going to make something about them, I need to be able to say, hey, look, this, you know. So I've had so many emails from people, but like, yeah, some of the stuff is so outlandish. I'm like, nah, you know. ADOS is a whole different energy with everything they know today about the West. They are still buying all that BS and how Africa's sold. Yeah. And, you know, they're doing it on purpose because they really want to try and push ahead with getting some form of reparations, right? Guys, the ADOS movement are the last people who you want dealing with billions and billions of dollars. Really, it will make a bad situation worse. And the reality is that, you know, should we even be accepting reparations? What kind of currency should we be accepting for what happened to our forefathers, our foremothers, our children from the past? What type of currency should we accept? Dollar bills or blood? That's a question that you guys are going to have to answer. I know what I would answer. In Africa, a slaver who sold the most slaves was 10. Yes, they did. Apparently, to the Middle Easterners, right? I believe. Listen, there is a good case for reparations, of course. There is a really, really good case for reparations, right? Everybody else has been paid. but us, because they know the bill that they would have to pay for us is so phenomenal. It really, it's ridiculous. It would bankrupt countries. Maybe that's a good thing. The African Union needs to create a country for those who don't want to integrate with wow. Oh, come on, man. Oh, come on. The African Union needs to create a country for those who don't want to integrate with continental Africans. Bro, come on, man. That's a bit harsh. That's a bit harsh. Bloody hell. I'm stuck for words. Yes, they did. If they paid us reparations, they would sink. Yeah, but the Baggs family are doing extremely well. They're doing extremely well. I don't know if you've ever watched one of their lives, but the amount of donations they get from their lives is incredible. These guys are making around $1,000 each live session they have. And I'm not sure how many live sessions they have a week, but they make $1,000 comfortably. Okay, so that's just from their donations that people give to them whilst they're on their lives. And let's add to that their advertising money from their YouTube and everything else. 3,000 each live. 3,000. Wow, I've never seen a 3,000. Well, they did that thingy, didn't they? They did the where there was auctioning off the land. Yes, $1,000. They are making minimum. The Baggs family are making minimum $3,000 a week. Minimum. That's comfortable. But because they did this thingy last week, this auction, they would have made a lot more money. I can't even guess how much money they would have made from that auction. Yes, $100 per lottery ticket. Wow. They're doing extremely well. I gotta give it to them. I gotta give it to them. And the thing is they haven't started building any of their projects yet. They haven't broken ground yet, I don't even think. So when they pulled the ticket, the bucket was off the screen. When they pulled the bucket off the screen. Wow, no, did that happen? Yeah, of course. Because we are 13% of America's population, Ice Cube says to sue the companies like Chase who profited from slaves. A lot of these companies that profited from slaves are massive multi-conglomerates now who can afford to pay us. And they don't have to pay us all up front. They can pay us over a period of 10 years or 20 years. Yeah, so it's very real. Lloyd's of London wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for slavery. It wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Jamaica. One of the largest banks in the world. Lloyd's of London, the largest insurer in the world. They eclipse Aon. Not Aon, America. Yeah, AON, yeah. It can be. Social media can be very negative. Rather, I don't have a problem with Bag. The father is annoying, but they are not scammers. Yeah, exactly. They're not scammers. They're not promising you something that they're not giving. So I've kind of I don't really mind. A lot of people dislike them. A lot of people dislike the Bags. So they're making up these rumors about them. So this is the reason why I haven't even bothered trying to make a video about them. I've just been like, well, you know, allow them to do whatever they're doing, you know, living the life of Riley. Is their daughter over there? I don't understand. Is the Bag's daughter living in the Gambia? I thought they were both married or something. Who knows? I don't know. Not my problem. Not my business. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, we had the same thing in England as well. So they compensated the slave owners in the United Kingdom. And we, the taxpayers, were paying for that compensation up until 2015. So literally, in the United Kingdom, I was paying my taxes to pay off the slave owners from back in the day. These people, disgusting. They owe us that money back. Hey, Natara Brown, what are you doing here? What's going on? Nate, yes, she's married to, yeah, okay, yeah, but one of them's married to a white guy and the other one's married, is she getting married to an Indian or an Arab? I don't know. Oh, absolutely. I want my money back from HMRC as well. They owe us a lot of money. I want every penny back, and I want back the money that they gave to these people. It's clearly wrong. Yes, I'm gossiping again. Come on board and listen to me have a little chat. Yeah. I know the Bags aren't they're not scammers. They're not scammers, but they are just really, really good at what they do. They're able to take thousands of dollars worth of donations a week without really doing much. Let's be honest with you. They're not really doing much. So, if anything, maybe people should be following their footsteps. Maybe, you know. No, people are, aren't they? I see Blacksit have done their own sort of lottery as well. Sugar Daddy Rick, yeah. The Bags have 2 sons and 2 daughters. In the Gambia, they have 3 older kids in the USA. Oh, okay. Yeah, so do I. I want my parents' money back too. Shazza G. It's disgusting. I can't believe we were paying so much money into these banks who paid out these slave owners. How dare they? Yeah, they can. Well, Natara, we're actually talking about a mixed bag. I just came off a radio station, Exodus Radio, where I had. So it was supposed to be an interview. It was more like what's it called? The French. It was more like they were questioning me, putting pressure on me. They were trying to anyway. They did a really, guys. Let's be honest with ourselves. They didn't do that good of a job, did they? I mean, they could have done better. They tried to do their research into me, but it was kind of weak at the end of the day. So, yeah. The Spanish Inquisition. Thank you. Spanish Inquisition. Lebanese men. Man. Guys, I've got to put together some playlists because I made some really good videos from back in the day. One of them is really good. It's about Lebanon, and it's called Why I Didn't Pray for Lebanon. Do you know how everybody was doing that pray for Lebanon once the explosion happened a few months back? I didn't pray for them. Why would I pray for them? Have you seen how the way that they treat our women over there in that country? I'm not praying for them. But I'm going to put a link, not a link. I'm going to make a list of a playlist of some really good videos that I made during August when I was on holiday in August, and it was just nice to sit back and just do some real deep research and just make some really nice videos. I'm gonna post it afterwards. Natara. But you have to wait because I think they're still chatting. It was just, it's really weird because the RJ show is more like, it's a show for him. It showcases himself. And I don't want to burn this guy. I don't want to start burning down and bringing down black guys. He's started his business. He's helped his people. He's done things. Okay? All that I didn't want to bring up because I thought, do you know what? Fair play to him. He's done his thing. Okay? Just leave him to do his thing and let him continue to help and make investments for black people from the America. If he's going to make these investments, let him do that. But he effed up when he tried getting involved with this. He did F up. Okay? So that I can't take that back. You fully support Blacksit. Do you know what, Shazza? I was trying to make a video today about Blacksit because I need to take back what I said. I need to take back what I said in my video about her. I don't know if I'm going to apologize because, like, the name of this bloody channel is The Unapologetic Negropian. Negropian. Not Negropian. It's Negropian. No, yeah, seriously, I'm going to need to take it back, Shazza, because you know what? I just can't. It's out of order what I did, I think. I didn't do the research. I didn't do enough research. And I just took Crazy Boyd's word for it. I don't know why I did, but I just took his word for it that I don't know. I'm not even going to say it again, but I shouldn't have. That is well out of order. I'm going to have to apologize. I'm going to have to. Sorry, guys. Oh, bro, thank you very much, Tobo Lumaka. Thank you very, very much. That's well appreciated. Yeah, anytime. But yeah, the business I'm planning to start in Africa, it's 100% going to happen because I've already poured money into it already. There's no turning back. And what I didn't want to do was go to Africa and just start a business purely to make money. I'm not going to do that. I'm just not on for that. I'm not just going to go, oh, let's go to Africa and take the money out and let's go take the money and send it back to Europe where my kids are and stuff. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to work it in a way in which the only money that gets spent only gets spent on the continent and that it goes back into the communities in which I'm living in. It's also going to have some social impact as well that I can't really explain in public, but it will have a social impact, and I'm really looking forward to getting over there. This bloody pandemic has really messed up my plans. It really has. I was supposed to be in Accra in August. Yeah, August or September. September I was supposed to go to Accra. It didn't bloody happen. The Arrival, Unapologetic Nomads. Yeah. 2 good YouTube channels. Yeah. I don't know I should follow these guys. The Unapologetic Nomads and The Arrival. What country in Africa? Well, actually, I haven't quite 100% settled on which country I'm going to live in because I really like Nigeria. I really like Ghana, but the business I'm setting up is remote, so I don't have to live there. So I'm sort of free to where I want to live. Not in Kenya is also a very good idea because I would love to go into farming. I'd love to go into permacultural farming, and yeah, Rwanda is landlocked. I'm not going to a landlocked country. At I need the sea. I need the sea. Natural Gambia and rooted in royalty. I don't know these guys. Do you know what's that guy from America? What's his name? There's a smooth talking American kid who lives in the Gambia. Does anybody follow him? He's a young guy. Young African American. I think he's from the South because he has a silky smooth sort of way of talking. I'd love to talk with you about container type businesses that you draw up plans for. I don't know too much about container business. Are you talking to me? Come to the Gambia. I don't think they're going to want me in the Gambia. Tanzania would be a beautiful one. I've been to the Gambia before and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the people. Tanzania, I'm going to have problems with simply because of the foreigners, the people from Asia. Yeah. No, it would do my head in. It really would. It would. I would get into trouble in a place like Tanzania. Gambia Connect. Yeah, that's the guy. Gambia Connect. He's really good. Yeah. This guy. I was just searching through my YouTube. I was just like wondering who to watch, and I thought, oh, who's this guy here? I started listening. I was like, started talking. I was like, whoa. Let me listen to some more. You know, he's such a good talker, and he just seems like in this hell of all this crap happening around him, he just seemed like he's just chilling there on the beach doing his life, just relaxed, talking like nothing's happening. He's somebody that you need to watch. Gambia Connect. If you're planning to move to Gambia, watch him because he will bring you into a mellow sort of a mood without all the fireworks. That's why I'm going to South Africa first, then I'm visiting Gambia. Got to see Happy Companion. Oh, yeah, nice one. Yeah, you can just come to the Great Lakes region. Yeah, kind of need the sea. Oh, really? Is that because, Shaza, do you feel like you want to settle in Gambia because of the connections there? Because it's so easy to sort of travel there because of what reasons? Yeah, I think so, Claudia. I don't want to repeat what she's saying, but yeah, it's too much, man. It would kill me because at the end of the day, they're going to treat me like they treat the natives, and they're going to get themselves into trouble. It's not going to work out well for them. So I'm not going back to Africa I just won't do it. If I go back to Africa and the Mzungus are there and they try it on with me, it's not going to work out well for them. Check out new American family in the Gambia called Family SH. They have a native-born vibe about them. Wow, do you know what? Let me screenshot this. Yeah, I'm going to check them out. Malawi. Yeah. But isn't Malawi landlocked? Yeah, I'd love to go to the Congo, but, man, I don't know, man. It kills me. It kills me. That's... Oh, man. I'm sitting here and I made a video about the Congo not long ago, right? And I'm struggling to see how this huge country with vast resources are having these problems. And we collectively cannot think of a way to break the mold, to break the cycle. Do you have a suggestion? My thoughts on everything and other things. Sudan will be good for tourism, and you will still have issue with the government. Yeah, tourism will be Egypt, especially with ancient Nubia. Yes, yes, yeah. A lot of people are scared of Al Shabaab and Al Qaeda and all these groups. I mean, I'd have to do more research into Sudan. Yeah, Julia, where? Down at Mo2. Oh, he did. I didn't know that. I didn't know that Gambia Connect started his channel way before Bag and the rest of his. The market in Nigeria, Sierra Leone is good. Gambia, Black Sit. Black Sit have drawn you to the Gambia. Yeah, and do you know what the thing is? You know, I made that video, five reasons to keep going to the Gambia. You know, it's just so tempting. The house is there. I mean, what you can get there at this present moment is just incredible. And for the amount, I mean, forget Ghana. There's no way you could get what you could get in the Gambia that you could get that in Ghana. But you know, Gambia has its problems too. But because it's such a small country, it has the ability to change, and we can make more of an impact as diasporans as well. Mzungus are barely anywhere, but white women always wear the short shorts around town. Really? Akon City. What about that? What about Akon City? I'd love to. Do you know what? I'd consider it. I'd consider moving there for sure. The Europeans and Americans are all fighting for Congo natural. Yeah, of course they are. Of course they are. That's the cradle of everything. The Chinese there, of course, they're there as well. But the Chinese are more in Zambia, aren't they? The Chinese are in Zambia. They really need to get a grip on it. These Nigerian, these African leaders, they need to get a grip. Stop thinking of themselves. Man, Patrice Lumumba. We need another one. We need another. But I don't think Black Acres of the Gambia would want to talk to me. I've been kind of critical to them about them. Yeah, good luck to Akon. I think he will do well. Akon is he's our Elon Musk. I really do think he's going to do well. He's technically gifted. He's not. I mean, everyone listens to his music. His music was trash, right? Let's be honest with ourselves. Trashy pop music, but wow, is he a talented electrical engineer? This guy's incredible. Yeah, Belgium needs those diamonds and the gold. We need to kick them out. We can kick them out. Yeah. You can always invest in the Gambia. Once the flights start going back there, it's going to take off again. Yeah, what about Wakanda? They're everywhere like fleas. Yeah, you know. Do you know what I used to do? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'll tell you how I used to think about Art Cathy. So way back in the day, you know, back in the spring, you know, I used to run a lot, and I stumbled on Art Cathy, and I was like, oh, okay, let's see what she has to say this time, you know, because I saw her popping up on my screen, and I used to download her audio from YouTube. You can download the audio, and I used to listen to her whilst I ran, and most of the times I was like, yeah, she's got a point there. And then she would say something nasty about the Actually, no. At the beginning, she wasn't talking like that about the Gambians. Not in the right in the very beginning. She never used to come out about that. This was the time when before she'd really got into grips and started seeing her money flowing. So, but I used to listen to her and I used to be like, wow, she's making a point and stuff like that. And it's sad that she sort of fell on her own sword. She's still doing okay now. I wish luck to our Kathy. I do. I know. I'm sorry. I had to bring her up. Okay, I had to bring her up. Somebody else brought her up in the comment section. So, what do you want me to do? Yeah, we need to do something at the end of the day. We can't. Zimbabwe has potential to be. Yes, it does. Yes, it does have an extremely corrupt regime. It always has been. I wrote a video 2 weeks ago asking about what was the best way for Africa to go, capitalism or socialism. Barely anybody watched it. I wanted to speak about what is the best way we can literally make sure that these bloody African leaders listen to the people and do the people's will, because it's the people's country. Remember, it's not the leader's country, it's not the government's country, it's the people's country. What way can we do this? I'm going to have to go live at another time. I'm going to have to go live again and invite everybody in. I think that would be the best way to do it. Capitalism versus socialism, yes. We're going to have a good talk about this. And guys, listen. Oh, Deborah Green. You should speak with Blacksy and Bag first offline to apologize and then go. The thing is, I'm not sure if Blacksy wants an apology. And I'm not going to give Bags an apology. I haven't said anything bad to him. So I haven't said anything bad to Bags, by the way. But Blacksy, it's nothing bad that I said to her, but I said something which wasn't the truth. And that's enough. If it wasn't the truth and I didn't do my research properly, then I'm going to have to apologize to her. I don't have a choice about that. The unapologetic Negropian will have to be apologetic. Do you know what? Do you know, has Kenya got a lot of xenophobia there? All the Kenyans that I know are really sort of sharp-tongued when it comes to other Africans. It's pretty weird. It's really weird. They don't like other black people from. I mean, I'm generalizing, of course, but with the Kenyans that I've met, a lot of them, they're like, whoa, okay, keep your hair on. It's really strange. Hold up on the apology. Yeah, the other things you do. Yeah, well, yeah, I know. Well, let's see my thoughts on everything. Let's see. I don't mind giving out an apology and being wrong afterwards. Yeah, they do have all the elite runners, but it's because it's high altitude, isn't it? Kenyans are brilliant, by the way. All those elite runners, those elite marathon runners you see, all those Kenyan elite marathon runners, they're all millionaires. They're all multi-millionaires, by the way. The ones that you see at the front in the marathons, what they do is they get a team of 20 high-class marathon runners, 20 Kenyans. They'll have a team of them. And then during marathon season, they just register for all of the marathons all over. Okay, during the spring, it will be the Northern Hemisphere marathons, the big ones. Okay, so like Boston and Amsterdam. No, they'll even do the small ones like Brussels and Amsterdam. If they win Amsterdam, that's $1.4 million. for a small marathon that nobody really knows about. It's $1.4 million. That then goes back to the Kenyan Athletic Fund or something like that, and they give the money to all the marathon runners. That's how it works. So you have all these marathon runners running in Australia, running in Sydney, running in Perth, running in Los Angeles. They're running all over the world, and they come back with $100 million a year. And they get a large percentage, of course, of that goes back to the... Oh, you're Kenyan. I didn't know that. I didn't know that, Bantu Queen. Yeah, so a large proportion of that money goes back to the runners. So the Kenyan runners, they are living really good lives. Yeah, they are always first place. There's something different in their engine, definitely. I would probably say it was about high altitude training, but I think it's more than that. They do a lot of high altitude training though. I didn't know Ugandans had a soft spot for Kenyans. Debate between Umar Johnson and Rotendo. What? Oh, why does Umar Johnson believe in capitalism? I'm guessing he does. One of my family friends and childhood friends are Kenyan. I'm Ugandan. The Kenyan family friends and childhood friends invite my family. Ah, nice one. That's nice. Wendy Hestick. A correction to Black Sea maybe, but no apology necessary. Yeah, okay. You think? She and her crowd are the specific selfish Caribbean clique. How dare you? Do you really think the Caribbeans are selfish? Yeah, well, I think they are cliquey in the Gambia. I think they are like that. I have that feeling. Mo as well. I forgot his name, but Mo as well. They all sort of hang out with each other. The Jamaicans, right? That might be the case. I don't know. No more Gambia drama. Come on, let's move on from that. When the rich businesses fail, yeah, we bail them out. Yeah, they love socialism then. Yes, of course. Yeah, let's be social. Let's share the money. Debate between Umar Johnson. Please make this happen. I don't know who this Rotendo Benson Mattianari is. Sorry, I'm going to go down. Oh, really? Some of the Kenyan long-distance runners that win the races have Ugandan last names. That's very, very, yeah, Jamaican love. Yeah, we have been. Do you know what? African Americans have also been coming to the Gambia for a long time too. They've been coming for a very long time, and I remember 20 years ago. I've been to the Gambia. I've been to Dakar as well. I was there 20 years ago. There was no problems. All this stuff is like new stuff. You know, everyone used to get along with each other back in the day. It's really weird because you got to imagine the Americans that were coming over, the African Americans that were coming over to the Gambia, and the British Jamaicans, the Jamaicans, and everybody else, the diasporans that were moving back to Africa 20 years ago, they were a different breed of people. They were the special breed of people. Okay, because you got to imagine in America, right now in America, more than half the people in America don't have a passport. Can you imagine that? More than half of it might be 40% now. Somebody check that up if you wish. It's around 40% of the population of the whole United States does not have a passport. So you can imagine what this was like 20 years ago, before 9/11. Before 9/11, it was 40% of the population of the United States had been outside of America. Okay, and out of that 40%, it was like 20 or 15% of those people that had been outside of America, they just went over into Canada or went over into Mexico. And you have to remember that after 9/11, I think it was Bush that made it mandatory for people that needed to use their passports to go into Canada. Because you didn't need a passport to go into Canada at the time. You didn't need a passport to go into Mexico at the time. But after 9/11, you needed a passport. So passport registries went up by 20%. So a lot of the people, most people in the United States of America have never left the American continent before, ever. I don't know if the Gambia police are involved, and I'm going to have to check this one out. Literally, I'm just going to have to call them and ask. But you know, I'm not a police type person. So people who know me personally will know I don't get along with the police. I'm Jamaican, by the way, so we don't get along with Babylon. Yeah, I think that might have happened. Definitely. Do I know Lee Lindsay? No, I don't know him. Who is he? It's more Caribbean and British. What are you referring to, MBM? Actually, it was Afro-Brazilian who set up the Nigeria Lagos in the 1800s, 1900s. Really? It's interesting. Yeah, well, that's true, but it still happened. Why would the Gambian police get involved? Their mess has nothing to do with the Gambians. It's happened on Gambian territory. The services that were promised were happened on Gambian territory. So unfortunately, it does have something to do with the Gambian authorities. There's no stepping away from that. Sovereign territory, it's their own show. And what the Exodus Alliance need to be aware of is if they have taken potential evidence across the border into Senegal, they could be in a world of hurt. The attorney didn't say that during the live, did she? Yeah, they need to make sure they bring everything back, because if they don't, boy, I don't think they'll mind sending them back to Banjul from Dakar to face justice. I was really surprised. I was really expecting those guys to go harder. She was kind of weak. Like they made a bit of a hash off today's interview. They could have really held me to the sword, but they didn't really have anything on me. And then really they were just trying to muddy the waters, try and build me up. Let's focus on the person who's saying it instead of actually focusing on the fact of what I'm saying. And then she lied. She just blatantly lied. She said, oh, well, what did she say? She said, oh God, what did she say? Oh God, I'm trying to remember what this attorney said whilst we was on this live on this radio station. She said something about Kwesi Boyd not having any relationship with RJ. Total BS. Total BS. Just lying out of her face. I said that's a lie. And I don't like calling middle-aged black women liars, because that's just disrespectful. So I wouldn't have said it unless it was the truth. And when she said it, I was like, that's a lie. You're lying. She was purposefully lying, because if she is she's the leader of one of these organizations, she would have known this. She would have known it. That interview on that radio was more just purely damage control, trying to sort themselves out. But it's too little too late, I believe. There are going to be too many people who are not going to trust what they had to say. Shall we do that? I think we should do that. I think you're right. I'm not going to turn the whole channel into a debating channel. That would kill me. But I think we should have more debates. Definitely. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna have a debate night where we could just get on and just crunch it. Anyone can come in. Anyone just come in, just do your thing. I've seen the other guys do it using StreamYard. I think we should do that. Is this so-called attorney licensed in Gambia? No, of course not. Of course she isn't. Nah. Do a show on what's up with this Queen Princess Black. Which one? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Please turn your channel into debating channel. Not the whole channel. Yeah, not the whole channel. No, I won't do that. Perhaps they went to Nigeria because that is where people are. So many Nigerians look like people in the island. Yeah, that's true. Why Africa, not Jamaica? Jamaica's filled with European Americans. These are the very people I'm trying to get away from. We have land in Jamaica anyway. We have land in Jamaica. Matter of fact, there is a mountain close to Maroon Town, one of the Maroon towns in, I can't remember the name of the parish, but to the west of Jamaica. We have land there, literally named after my last name. Oh my God. I can't wait to change that last name. No, so yeah, that's the reason why we've sort of settled there already, and I've still got, yeah, Westmoreland. Yeah, thank you, Shaza. Yeah, Westmoreland. My dad was born and raised in Westmoreland. Rwanda is built on Congolese blood. Holder is selling Jamaica out. Yeah, he is. And he's selling them out to the Americans. Can you believe that? You see all these people? Weed is still illegal in Jamaica, but there are huge multi-conglomerates growing weed in Jamaica. It must be cool to be a white person, right? It must be so cool because you can just go and do things that nobody else can do. Oh, is weed illegal in your country? Oh, no worries. I'm going to go to your country. I'm going to sell tons of it. And then I'm going to make myself into a millionaire and go back to my own country. Oh, that's so great. Must be so much fun. Against the Klansman, I don't know who that is. Yeah. Do you know what? Backyard, in backyard, that's okay, you know. It's not bad, but you know, then you've got the major cities. I mean, whenever I go back, I go to Mobay. I don't go to Kingston. It's just too much for me. Jamaicans need to legalize and sell. Of course they do. And they need to, because Jamaica is a brand in itself. It's the second most influential African ethnicity on the planet. People know Jamaica. I could go to China. When I was in China a few months back, I told somebody I was Jamaican. They all do that. If you say that you're from St. Lucia, they're going to be, everybody knows Jamaica. Everybody knows it. So they could literally make an industry out of selling weed. They could build their own industry and then sell it as Jamaican weed and make sure that it's clean, that it doesn't have any pesticides in it, that it's pure, grown from soil, not in hydroponic plants, greenhouses. We could do that. But guess what? Our politicians are just taking money from these European Americans, and yeah, they're doing as they will. Guys, I'm going to have to finish it up, you know. I'm going to have to finish this up a bit. But guys, it's been incredible. It's been a really nice night. Tomorrow, I've got a video coming up. Okay? It's an important one because a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, yeah, you keep talking about African Americans. Every time you see an African American, you get on them. Why do you keep talking about us African Americans?" Tomorrow, I've already made the video, right? But I'm going to release it tomorrow. A video about a lady, a woman, right? A British Jamaican lady. And she is our version of Art Cathy. Stay tuned. Okay? You guys have a good evening. Guys, thank you very, very much for joining me. Thank you very much for supporting me and everything else, guys. I just can't. Do you know what? I'm going to have to repay you. Right? I'm going to have to dig deep and repay you. You're going to love the stuff that I'm going to come out with now because I'm really I feel motivated to really get stuck in there. So guys, thank you very much for everything. And I'll speak to you guys tomorrow. Okay? Blessings, 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 guys. Smash the likes. Yes, smash the likes. Smash the likes before you leave. Smash it. I don't know what that does, but yeah, smash it anyway. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you. I love you all, guys. I love you all. Good night. Good night. Good night. Take care, guys. How do you stop this? Ah, there you go. Good night.